This turkey can fly, boy. What you talking about? Gobble gobble. So we got us a track review on Title MX Remastered made by Concept Graphs MXS. Yes, it's been colder than a witch's titty minute since I've made a track review, and check out this huck. Huck and a half, bro. Through the trees. Yeah, I had quite a bit of fun on this track right here. I can't even really remember if I've ever rode on the original version of it or whatnot. I don't know how old the original version is, but either way, I thought this track right here was a lot of fun. And I actually had somebody hit me up. I think they were on Discord with me. They're like, Spencer, do you even play MX Simulator anymore? I was like, bruh. Like, I've taken a slight little break from MX Simulator over the past, month or two, simply because I know that I'm going to be playing it literally every single day in 2019, so I was basically just trying to take, the slightest little break from it just to refresh my mind just a little bit before we get back hardcore into MX Simulator, so I apologize for the slight slack of MX Simulator content here, but we're getting back into it. I'm starting to train for 2019 Supercross, and yeah, I'll be getting back into a lot of the challenge style videos, track reviews, guide videos, that whole 9 yards will be coming back. So, yes, I do still play MX Simulator. I basically play it 2 or 3 times a week right now, but I'm getting back into it every day, that hardcore MX Sim grind. So, yeah, man, that's all coming soon. So, yeah, I'm basically 2019 onward, I'm never going to miss a day playing MX Simulator. I'm not. Straight up. There's a lot of things going to be happening in 2019 for you boys, so and that's just one aspect of it. But basically, I'm at least going to play MX Simulator a little bit every single day to some degree. So, yeah, so either way, I actually really enjoyed his kind of tall tree style thing he's got going on this track. I don't know if I've ever seen trees that tall in MX Simulator, billboard style like that. He's got this real jungly effect to this track, and I really love how it brought the whole entire track around. Now, this track's, you got to be on that throttle, dude, if you want to hit some of these jumps. At a first glance, you might think, oh, that's, somewhat of a simplistic track design. It's probably pretty easy, but I mean, this track's got it going on, man. When it comes to jumps and stuff like that, I mean, you gotta be on it, dude. It took me 2 laps to figure out how much I really had to be on the gas, because there's a lot of tracks out there on a 450, especially if you're pro level. You don't really have to be on the throttle. You just got to be 69% throttle coming out of those corners, you know what I'm saying, dog? So you kind of you get that sort of memorization in your mind. Most tracks out there, you got to be 69% throttle with a 450 coming out of a corner, but this one, there's some of them you got to be pert near on it all the way on whipping out of some of these corners. So this right here, this is actually quite a decent sized jump. Then you hit this little jump right here, and then you can whip up over this one. Big landing right here. You can jump it way far, and then massive berm in that corner. You might be able to hook this all the way down that hill and land right here. I did actually think about that later on. That is possible. Now, this section, you can hit it about 1,000 different ways. On that first lap, I hit a pretty massive line right there. You can actually do, I think it's a quad in or something. You do a quad in, then a triple out, which is pretty big. You got to sweep that corner perfect, wide open. But, yeah, I just like the overall, the way he's, layered a bunch of his off-track trees. He's got these, let me take this back and pause this right here just so you can get a good look at it. This is how you design off-track trees right here, okay? And off-track foliage, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much all of them are billboards, I think. There ain't none of them that's statues right here. But you can see how he's put the 3 kind of trees right here beside the track on the left. It's a certain kind of tall tree. And then even further to the left, you've got different tall trees. And then you've got smaller bush shrubs. And then you've got 2 different kinds of even smaller little grass billboards. And then he's got these little stacked up log objects. And then he's got layered decal on the off track. And all of that and then another kind of tree down there, and all of that's just kind of melded together, and you get this super seamless sort of looks like a real jungle type of vibe off of the track. So I really like how he's put all that together. And some of the on-track sections have grass on the actual on-track. I think that's kind of a cool little touch that some people put on their custom tracks. And he does have little wheel, tires. Come on, Spitz. Get with the program. I just woke up like 5 seconds ago, boys. Apologize for that. By the way, MX Simulator drunk videos coming pronto ASAP, Rocky. Don't worry. We got them. We got a lot of fun videos on the way, man. I'm going to start getting her going. Like I've been telling you guys, 2019 is going to be rocking on, but we're going to rock them hard for sure, man. So, but yeah, I like how the way you come down, the elevation, you got these like stacked up hills, then you're like all the way down in this valley, and then the tall trees kind of combined with the valleys give it a really cool, different kind of feeling you don't see every day on MX Simulator custom tracks and stuff. Now this jump right here, you want to be careful. She's got a bit of a kicker vibe. You know, you can flip your ass right up over the bars on that one if you're not careful. Like whereas all the other jump faces are somewhat smoother, somewhat more simplistic. You can kind of hit it as fast as you want to, whip it over sideways. But that jump, you got to be a little bit careful. But yeah, a lot of these jumps, man, you got to, you know, you can't be like half-assing it out of the corner. You know, you got to be scooting, especially if you're on like a 250. If you're on a 125, you may not be able to hit all these jumps on this. To be completely honest with you, like some of them are that big, dude. I mean, I'm not playing around. Like some of them, you know, you gotta be on that gas, man. But now this is actually the way you're supposed to hit this little jump right here. You know, you're supposed to like short jump like that, and that might actually be faster doing that than hucking that thing all the way over and doing like a damn 5 jump into the rollers. But who gives a hoot about that when it's fun to jump 500 feet? You know, I'm always a fan of seeing how big you can jump certain jumps on like random custom tracks. Oh, and by the way, he's got that really cool little that little almost like wooden sniper tower shit object on this track. I like the whole design. It's almost like you're in a bit of a like little I don't know how to explain it, almost like deer camp style, like you know, got the little wooden, damn near like, look at this over here. Let me pause this. You can see it right up on my left right here. It's almost got like a Boy Scouts style, like, I don't know. I like the little feeling that it's got going on here. But the big line here, basically, you come around here, right? Never let off the throttle, sweep around. Oh, I'm on lap 3, my bad. Let me restart this right quick, ski, and then I'll show you. Okay, so, yeah, let me get this in some third person, dude. Some third person riding videos on MX Sim coming soon as well. I know you guys get a cackle out of that when I do that, so, yeah. There's just so many video ideas, man. It's insane. I mean, there's times where I get a bit of that, oh, that's that massive huck right there. A little bit tricky. Let me explain this real quick. But look at off to the left over here. Look at how jungly that feels, man. It just makes it feel like you don't see the off track, like the off track at all. You know, you don't see the border of the track, so it feels infinite. You know, it's kind of like building that seamless feeling that a lot of people have trouble with when it comes to MX Simulator custom tracks. But right here, basically, you're hitting all this wide open. You're kind of doing like a bit of a triple, then a triple, nipple. Then you bounce up off of this little thing. You got to bounce it just perfect to where you're bouncing in up over this last roller. It can all be slightly tricky if you know, if you're not hitting stuff fast enough. It is a little bit of a tricky section, but the goal is you're trying not to over jump into the face of this jump up here, but you're trying to not come up too short to where you bounce on this one right here. You know how I'm like landing right up over top of it. Then you get all that momentum to huck this all the way. You can land right there on the one before, or you can land on the second one, and I even think you can land on the third one, which would theoretically be like a damn sextuplet, something. You know, you can land one even further. I actually did hit that once, but it's a little bit, you know, not so much worth, you know what I'm saying? So even the way he's just kind of, the way he's stacked up some of his tires here, you know, you got some of them sideways, some of them up on the side of the track, the stacked logs. Man, that's some nice off track, dude. Got an old school warped out school bus there, looking good. yeah, I just like the whole design and feeling around it. I don't know. I like this track, man. Feels like something different. The on track and the off track. Even though she's standard woodland style, this is how you do it, man. This is how you make something a little bit different right here. So, but yeah, talking about the different like video ideas and stuff. I mean, there's just so much crap that constantly runs through my head. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I'm going to have to get to where I start making more videos. I mean, it's just that simple. I can't get everything out that I want to get out. Making videos just here and there, it's not cutting it for me. Oh, here's this big line right here, by the way. You come around, hit this pretty hard. You got to kind of never let off the gas. Sweep this around perfect, and you can hook this up and do a damn, what is that? Let me get it in first person to show you. I think it's a quad in, pretty sure. Pretty tough to hit because you'll slide out in this corner if you're not careful. But yeah, pretty much you can hook up to that, and then you're just doubling out of that. That's the big daddy line on that for show dough. But either way, dude, go add me up on Snapchat, fucking Instagram, Steam, all that kind of stuff. Just Spencer Turley, no space, no capital. I'll get you added up on all that. And yeah, man, nice track. This one you got to be on the throttle for coming out of this corner, without a doubt. You got to be hucking it, bro. And then this bigger triple, you might have to let off just a little on that one, and then you're doubling up over this right here. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this right here. I think a lot of you guys will like this track. It just kind of gives you a bit of a different feeling. And I don't know, like, comparing it to the old school track, I haven't even, I may have rode on that old track, and I just can't remember it right off the top of my head. But either way, I'm just rating this track for what she is, you know, right here. Got some nice little, what is that, water tanks or some shit right over there. But yeah, dude, it's like, sometimes I'll get that almost like mental block, that like creative block in my mind where it's like, I feel like, none of this stuff I'm coming up with is like worth a hoot making a video about. But then there's other times where it's like, my brain is literally exploding with 10,000 different video ideas, and it's like, damn, these are so good, and I gotta get it out there, bro. But it's like trying to keep that combination of keeping the MX Sim fans happy, keeping the motocross gaming arcade fans happy, keeping the No Man's Sky fans happy, keeping the first-person shooter dudes happy, keeping the vlog-style fan dudes happy. You know, it's trying to keep everybody happy and keeping everything uploading and not burning you guys out. You know, it's a bit of a task trying to balance all that, but got a pretty good plan for it, man, and we're going to be putting that into play in 2019 all the way, so got to be careful. You will get a little bump up over, do a front flip over those if you hit those too quick. But yeah, either way, I'm going to give this track a 9 overall. Pretty solid. Definitely enjoyed it. Some bigger huck lines you can hit. I like the way the ground feels. Ground decal, cool. Got that kind of almost like brownie mix style, but maybe a little bit lighter colored, but gives you the pert near like brownie mix traction, just slightly looser than you might think. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just love the way this jump right here feels. Got kind of that unique type of jump feeling to it. The way he's got where you go downhill, uphill, nice elevation feeling to the track. Definitely feels natural. So, and then the off track's on point. So, yeah, man, 9 overall. Now, so the difficulty, you're probably looking at medium and a half. So, either way, man, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.